Good evening, folks. This is Greg Judy, Green Pastures Farm. We just got over here. It's a beautiful evening. I think it got up to about 60 today. And tomorrow we're looking at 70. And then on Friday, they're saying 75. That's crazy. Let's see, on Monday morning we had our first calf. She's a heifer. A first calf heifer, that would be a cow, a young heifer that just, she was bred last year, and in July, and 9 months later, she had a calf. So it's a 9 months gestation for cattle. Sheep is 5 months. The boys are driving around those cows, so they're looking for any newbies. Once you get one dropped, you want to start looking around just to make sure nothing's calved before you take the wire down. And you can see they're all following them. And you can see the new mother, she's got it up there by herself, right by that fence right there. She's doing such a great job with that calf. You never know. When you got heifers, and they've never had a calf before, you're always like, well, hope everything comes out okay and hope she's a good mommy. But you never know. It looked like Isaac dropped off Ike and Jackson. He's coming up here to roll the wire up. So they're coming on to where I'm standing right here. And we're going to use our new rock skirt. That's what they're watering out of today, and then we're just gonna let them go back to the pond tonight. Actually, Ike and Jackson have the reel on their end. Look at them. We got some grass in here at 6, 7, 8. There's some 8-inch grass in here. They're only gonna be on it overnight. They're gonna have them out of here in the morning. And we are giving them just a little bit of dry hay because it's so green. There's a little bit of stockpile sticking up in this green, but not as much as I'd like. And so we're just by putting a little bit of dry hay out, it allows them to balance their diet a little better, and you get a little bit of manure pad. We are getting some good rains now, finally. My goodness, look at that. That is a big deer. Holy moly. Isaac found 3 sheds the other day. One was a 10-pointer, and one was an 8, and the other one was a 6. There they come. Oh, they're so happy to be on this green grass. Man, look at them come. There's 280 head in here. That's counting the calves and the yearlings, the steers, the older cows. There's going to be some heifers in here that won't get bred until July, 1st of July. There's about 65, 70 of those. And then, of course, all the steers that we made, they're dumped in here. And, of course, the bulls have their own farm down the road, what we call the bull farm. I'm telling you, it's so good to be grazing again. Green grass. That's what makes Missouri, I think, so awesome, is you do get the 4 seasons here. You get spring, summer, winter, and fall. And when you can make it through the fall and the winter and you get onto this, it just makes you feel a whole lot better. Yep. That bare spot right there, that's where we had a water tank at. And they beat the stuffing out of that last time they were in here, which was would have been October. So this would be the first time we've grazed this all winter. And kind of gives you an idea how much rain we've had. Last fall we didn't have any, but it started raining here about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. And we are so thankful to get some spring moisture, because I've been there. I've come through March, actually January, February, March, and April, and it was just dusty and dry, and it looked more like August than it did April. Now that's a bad feeling. And I can remember when that happened to us. That was 2012, and we didn't get any rain that summer. That was the worst drought in the history of Missouri. You know what? I don't know if I closed that gate at the road. I was the last one to come through it, I think. I'm gonna go up here and check. All of a sudden, I'm like, wait a minute. It's always better to be safe than sorry. I'm gonna show you all that new calf. That's where I was headed. But before I do that, I don't want these cows walking down the road. So I'm gonna go double check. I think it's shut. But you know how that goes. And I'd have swore I shut that gate. And then you get over there, and you're like, well, I thought they shut it. Yep, it's shut. Okay, we're good. Yep, it's shut. Yeah, so one other big announcement, besides we leased another new farm, got another 80 acres. It's a 1/4 mile from our driveway. So it knocked the heck out of our cattle drives. Instead of doing a mile now, we've only got a 1/4 mile. It's gonna allow us to do a great big circle. It's got pressurized water on it. It's got a lake with a tank on the back that needs a little work. But we're excited. We're already working on it. Today we worked all day on it, knocking out the perimeter fence. And, there's some big trees that fell over that were actually nailed to the fence. And so it took out all 5 lockers. But we'll get it. We'll get it. But the other announcement, I hadn't mentioned to Peep about it. That is Jan and I are going to Canada in June. And we're going to be around the Edmonton area. And they've hired me to do 9 pasture walks up there. It's a great big circle. We're actually flying into Edmonton, and then we're going up to something prairie. I'll put it on I'll do a video on it. And for those, I have quite a few followers in Canada, and so y'all will be able to maybe hit one of those grazing classes. It's going to be classrooms in the morning, pasture walks in the afternoon, and we're going to have 9 different areas around Canada. And so I'm looking forward to that. I love Canada. I love the people. They're so friendly. And I've never been to Canada in the summertime. It's always been in the winter. And so that's going to be a new experience. And we've penciled in a little extra time up there for vacation. So we're going to go see some of the sights and sounds of Canada. I do have I put in an extra travel day in between each conference just to let my voice rest. It's a workout. You know, when you go a full day and you get tons of questions at these workshops and you just talk all day, you know, and I'm not used to talking all day. And so you need a rest. You gotta have a rest in between those schools. But yeah, we were there this winter and it was a really nice turnout. A lot of enthused people. I didn't realize so many people followed us in Canada. But we're coming back. It's going to be awesome. We're going to be able to go on to farms and actually get out on the land and do some really nice pasture walks. So I'm going to actually put that on the description of the actual video when I do one on Canada. But the itinerary is already laid out. I just got to do a more in-depth video about that so everybody knows where we're going to be at. Isn't this beautiful, folks? I mean, how do you get any better than that? That little booger, there he is. He's not a booger, he's a she. That little cat, is it eating grass? It can't be. I think it was. They've already got a tag in her ear. I believe that cat's eating grass. She's sniffing the ground. That calf is eating grass. That calf is grazing, and it's only 2 days. Let's see, it was born on Monday. Monday, Tuesday, today's Wednesday. So 2.5 to 3 days old. That little bugger's nibbling. She said, well, I watched Mom do it this morning. I think that's what we're supposed to do. We're cows. I'm gonna get a little closer. See if I can get a little closer to that little booger. She's a pretty little calf. This is the first calf heifer. I believe that's the mommy right there beside her, 129. So that would be a 2021 heifer. And she was bred when she's 15 months old. And she calved as a 2-year-old. People say, but Greg, the calves, they come out, you know, they're kind of small. And I'm like, yeah, and they're alive. They're alive. I used to custom graze, and golly, some of those great big old cows that we run, they'd pull out a 120-pound dead calf. Well, you got to get them big. I'm like, yeah, that dead calf's got a huge weaning weight. Not. Folks, if the calf comes out 50, 60 pounds and gets on that mama's milk, you're good to go. You're good to go. That's the mommy right there. You tell she's low from her vulva, and her teats are tight. Got nice teeth. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect teats on that cow. Absolutely perfect. No hair on them. You don't want hair all over the udder. Don't want hair all over the udder on your cow. That's an inferior trait, hairy udders. Select for buckskin udders. That's what you want. That little heifer, she's a cute little booger. She got a little white navel down her belly. She's got a little white down her. Oh, she's gonna lay down and take her a nap. She's probably got her belly full. She sucked. Now mom's gonna fill up. And that calf will suck again in probably 3 to 4 hours. That's the tough thing about raising one on a bottle. First of all, they're not getting the colostrum right from the cow, and it's just hard to beat Mother Nature, folks. It really is. I mean, nobody does it better than Mom. And you can tell she's got that calf licked off. He's shining. It looks like you put armor all down at the little back. His little guts are, or her little guts are full. Yeah, she's a beaut. You can tell that cow, she's grazing right next to it. It's like, I'm gonna eat, but I'm gonna keep an eye on you too. But my dad always had a saying, when a calf is laying down, he called it putting on. They're putting on weight. That's what he meant to say. Boy, she's a pretty little calf. Little red South Pole heifer. So her number is gonna be 301. So 3 meaning 2023, and 01 would be the first calf born in 2023. So the next tag number will be 302, and so on. Man, she is. Isaac said she was a pretty calf. She is a pretty calf. I don't want to get any closer to her because she'll get up. And she's putting on. She's putting on weight. So I'm going to back out of here. You notice that cow's grazing in a circle around her? I think I'm just going to keep an eye on you, Greg. You might pick that calf up and take it. Not gonna do that. Don't need to do that. Oh, she is pretty. I don't know, folks, there's just something about a new life coming onto the face of the earth. Naturally, you've got your cow there eating grass, giving it milk. There's just no better feeling that I can think of right now on the farm than having a new calf on green grass when it's warm out. And, you know, somebody was talking the other day, well, you know, why don't you calve in January? You know, that's when everybody else calves. And I'm like, well, I'm not everybody else, first of all. And I'm not going to fight nature. There's no deer dropping baby fawns in January. So when you drop your calves in January, you are fighting nature. Sooner or later, nature's going to kick you right in the teeth or in the nose and give you a bloody nose. And that meaning that you're going to lose a calf. It's going to freeze to death. Or the cow's going to get thin because she doesn't have this. She doesn't have good green grass. She calved in the wintertime. All you got on is hay. And she's losing weight. And so it's just hard on them. You're fighting nature. Look at that. Green grass. She's cranking out milk. This is the first calf she's ever had in her life. And she's a good mama. She's a good mama. I don't know if y'all heard that little moo she gave a while ago. If I'll move away from here, she'll go graze further from the calf. But as long as I'm standing here, she's going to stay there and graze around the calf. That's a good mama. Now, she would come after me and knock me down, shake her head at me and push me across the top of the ground. That's not a good mama. That's too aggressive. Now, some people say, well, she's just guarding her calf. And that's, if you want to keep a cow like that, that's your call, but I'm not going to keep one like that. And I can't afford to. Somebody's going to get hurt with that cow. She's going to get you down, she's going to break you up, and doctor bills cost too much.
Cute little calf, isn't it?
Yes. You weren't kidding. She's a beaut. She is a beautiful calf. I was telling people, you know, some people say, well, they're kind of small when they come out. I'm like, yeah, and they're alive too.
Well, you look at her mama, you know, you wouldn't want much bigger than that to come out of her.
No.
This size.
Absolutely not.
Her next calf, she'll be bigger. And she
Oh, yeah.
make a bigger calf.
But you know, if you see that calf here in about 30 to 45 days, she's gonna be a little princess. She's gonna have some weight, and she's gonna look like a little princess too. Oh, there she goes. I think she's pretty full from looking from her sides.
Yeah. She was over there nursing before we
Was she?
moved.
Before you moved? She's not real crazy about us messing with her and her calf. It looks like they did a good job on that hay over there, guys.
Yeah.
You unrolled so you're just unrolling half a bale now.
Yeah. I was happy with the way they ate it. Put this one out. Hopefully they'll nibble on it. They've been eating it. Just you can't hardly blame them when you look at what they've got to graze.
Yeah. What do you think about that 591 cow? She's pretty fat, isn't she? Got a big old gut.
Big cow. She's bigger, one of the bigger ones in here.
I'd say she'd go 1,000 at least.
Yeah.
Isaac, you don't know what a big cow is.
That's true. These are all small compared to...
You need to be around some big cows. It is a pretty sight, though.
The ones you can't look over?
Yeah, the ones you can't see over the top of them. Yep. I don't know, I never get tired of looking at the red cattle on green grass.
Yeah, 591, she's one of those cows that you just don't ever notice.
Yeah.
You know,
She just does it.
there's a lot to be said for a cow you never recognize.
Yeah, she just does her job.
The ones you recognize are the ones you have trouble with.
Yeah, and those are the ones you get rid
Or
of.
the ones that are way too pretty and, you know,
Yeah.
you want an average.
Did you say beauty is only skin deep? On cows?
Something like that.
Well, we have a cow in here. She's got one eye. Oh, what do you call her? Bug eye?
Goggle eye?
Goggle eye. Yeah, she got pink eye as a calf, and her eye turned white, but she's nothing to look at, but every year she gives us a nice calf. And she doesn't weigh probably, what, 950?
Yep, she keeps her condition on. Never had, look at that mom chasing her.
Where?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Down the...
The calf took off after that heifer, and the mom took off after the calf.
Yeah. Oh, the little booger's kicking his, or her. Yeah.
She had good instincts too. We were tagging her the other day.
The mom?
Oh,
Yeah. She came sprinting after us.
Yeah.
As the calf started falling.
Well, that's what I was talking about earlier, is a cow that'll let you tag her calf but not knock you on the ground. I don't want a cow like that. It's going to be that snotty. But there are cattlemen that say, well, she's just being a good mother, a protective mother. Well, I don't know about that. Doctor bills are too high. I've been around some really snotty cows that you couldn't get off that four-wheeler around, and they would literally take you out.
We want them to be concerned.
Yeah.
You know, and even a little bit upset, but not dangerous.
Well, I'm telling you, in our early days, Jan and I, that's the only way we could tag calves on some of these custom grazed cows. You know, we'd get cows out of Nebraska that hadn't seen people on foot, and they were like tigers. They'd just come after you. And it was you versus the cow. If you fell down, it's your fault. This cow, she's really looking good. 630.
She raises a heck of a calf.
Man, she's a beaut. I can't wait for them to start slicking off.
Some of them are starting to on their neck.
Yeah.
You know, where they can rub it out. Get out there in front of the camera.
Yeah, she's a pretty cow. Well, the weight's just going to start chunking on them now. You know, with this green grass and...
The only doc I'd give her is her tail switch is yellow.
Yeah, she lost her tail switch. But the rest of her looks pretty darn good. Well, folks, I'm going to go ahead and sign out of here, and we're going to enjoy watching the cows eat some green grass. And you all have a good one. And hit that subscribe button all the way out if you would, and we'll see you next time.